Ripple and XRP, truly the new future of banking. In today's video, I'm going to break down how Jamie Dimon talks about if crypto is coming in, they need to be regulated by the banks. I told you guys by 2025 and beyond, banks were coming into crypto. I'm also going to show you my exact ecosystem to the T. What I want you to understand is that my channel is all about authenticity. I want to be very, very, very clear. I'm always going to be open and honest with you guys. I will never share anything with you I'm not doing myself, I own, or I'm involved in. Very important. So everything I talk about is something I own or I actually have my own money invested. Never been paid by a cryptocurrency company ever. We have one partnership. That's it. I Trust Capital. Everything else I own and I have my assets. And in I Trust Capital, I have my family's treasury built in there as well. So I want to be very clear. This channel is all about authenticity. What I'm working to do is peel back the curtain, be open and honest to share with you the infrastructure that I have so that you can go out and make informed decisions. This is the era of no more blind leadership. That's an important part of this journey. What you're seeing after February 20th, 2026 is 100% exposure. Okay. The area of authenticity is here. It's very important to understand. You're seeing the fragmentation of centralization into decentralization. Okay. Centralized banking to us being the bank. And I'm going to show you my breakdown of my ecosystem on the back end of this and how my brain works logically based on what is happening. So the first thing I'm going to show you is Jamie Dimon. Then I'm going to end with a video from Jamie Dimon talking about the financial system, which I think is important to pay attention to. And I remember Jamie Dimon is the banker of bankers. So if you had top two, I came from the banking sector. And if you had top two bankers in the world, it'd be Larry Fink and Jamie Dimon. They are the two biggest bankers that are basically running the world in regards to the banking sector, right? There's a reason why he's been the CEO for a very, very long time. Okay. And I think he is retiring very soon here, but he's had one of the longest runs as CEOs of a bank. He's highly, highly connected. Okay. So you have to listen to what these guys are saying. I'm not saying that you have to model what they're doing, but well, you might want to pay attention to where the money goes. But what I'm saying is you have to pay attention to what they're saying. Okay. So Jamie Dimon said, stablecoins paying yield should be regulated by banks. If you're going to be holding balances and paying interest, that's a bank. You should be regulated like a bank. Okay. So here's what's happening, guys. The Clarity Act creates clear rules of the roads for banks. So as we woke up today, there was an announcement from Kraken around Kraken. What was that announcement here? Let me get this over to you guys. So we know that crypto.com got approved for their conditional approved for their banking charter. Ripple applied to be a banking charter. Kraken applied to be a banking charter. WFI applied to be a banking charter. Okay. Just in, Kraken becomes the first crypto firm to gain access to the Federal Reserve's core payment system, securing a master account. Guys, this was always the plan. This was always the plan. David Schwartz said it the best. What are you going to do? The 6% or 5% in crypto is going to convert to 95%? No, they're going to where the 95% is. I want you to take out the battle between decentralized crypto and centralized. Okay, think about this really quickly. You know, we got Jack Mallers, who has 21 Capital, right? XXI. Freedom, right? Freedom, decentralization. They're connected to Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary. Cantor. Guys, you have to go deeper. Everything is connected, right? The 2023 conference, Bitcoin conference, is all anti-government, anti-this, decentralization. And then we're there in 2024, and there's government officials on the stage, and they're like, go, go. They're cheering for them. Do you see what's happening? Do you see how the web gets put on the other side? And all it is just take all the bias out, or the left and right, and this battle that you're seeing, and think of infrastructural change. Okay. So I'm going to show you my portfolio on the back end of this, because that's how I make my decisions, not off hype, not off bullshit. And you got to be very careful what you're invested in over the next 5 to 6 years as regulation comes in, because most of these cryptos are not going to survive. Okay. So that was the first thing. I digressed big time. So he's talking about basically, if you are paying yield, you need to be regulated by a bank. Next, Ripple posted this. Ripple Payments now gives businesses everything they need to move money globally across fiat and digital rails in one place. Collect, hold, exchange, and pay out in both fiat and stablecoins. You can manage custody, unified collections, advanced liquidity. Over 100 billion plus processed already, 60 plus markets, and 75 banking license. Okay. Corpay, Anabank, Banco Central, MassPay, and more already building on it. Okay. So very, very important to understand. If you're thinking about logically, I own multiple companies. Okay. I actually own a financial firm as well on the insurance side. Is if we were about to partner with somebody, are you going to partner with somebody who has just a small little team, no backing, right? They have great technology. The idea is great. Or are you going to go with a juggernaut company that has relationships all over the world, banking license, beat the SEC? You have to just use logic, okay? I think Ripple and XRP are going to be a big part of the system, just my opinion. So this was the article from that. Ripple redefines payments end-to-end stablecoin platform and global customer momentum. As the world's largest financial institution, race to bring stablecoins as the world's largest financial institution, race to bring stablecoin payments to the market, Ripple stands apart with the only licensed end-to-end platform built, the only licensed end-to-end platform built to support fiat and digital money movement at a global scale. They're the only ones that have this, guys. Backed by a trusted global network, deep regulatory coverage, and new capabilities in managed custody and collections powered by virtual accounts. Ripple enables fintechs to confidently operate on chain. They give you the thing. I'd highly recommend. This is on Ripple's website. Go check out this article. It shows you the ecosystem right here, guys. Stablecoin access, on and off ramps. You got blockchain, which XRP moves all the blockchains back and forth. Okay, it's the bridge. Do you guys see what's happening here? It's very, 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 very important to not get flooded out. It's very important to hold the line. Okay. So we're going to listen to Jamie Dimon on the back end here, and then I'm going to show you my exact ecosystem and give you the logic behind. I'm going to show you 2 tweets I put out this morning, and I'm just going to be open and transparent with you guys on exactly what I'm doing.
China wants to, divide and conquer the Western world, and both militarily and economically. You have all their neighbors are rearming because of their actions, not because of anyone else. So those are the most important things. I'd add global deficits are so large. But those are like, I call them like large moving tectonic plates that may or may not affect the economy in the short run. They may be determined.
This is important what he's about to say. He said there may or may not, because we have huge deficits, but listen to what he says. Okay, he's going to talk about after the Vietnam War. You see, that's why I created Capital DR. Well, I'm going to show you my portfolio. Is my portfolio and the way I move through the investments landscape is based on macro microeconomics. You have to prepare in the future, 2029 and beyond, for hyperinflation.
In the longer run. And some of these things, when you talk about war, Vietnam, did it affect the economy in the very short run? No. It had a 20-year effect after that. So you got to look at these things as they're moving plates that can take 5 years to have an effect, but effectively real. Right now, the economy is doing fine. Asset prices are high. People are assuming things go on. I mean, no one you talk to has any idea the credit spreads can gap out a lot. And they could, just because of sentiment. And so yeah, I think there's a little bit of, a little more exuberance than I think there should be.
Okay, so it's important to listen to what he's saying. Okay, guy's been in banking for a long time. No matter what you feel about him, Larry Fink, they have the insight, guys. So we're in a really crazy environment right now. They're going to lower rates. Trump is going to bring in a new Fed chair. He's going to bring down rates. You're going to see asset prices inflate, right? I don't know how crypto is going to react to this. If it's going to follow the 4-year cycle, we'll have to play it out. But I want to show you this. This is how I do my investments, okay? So I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to show you another tweet that I put out. Let me get that up on the screen real quick. And my whole goal is just to be brutally honest with you guys, okay? I love the fact that they're putting out on X that you have to now disclose your paid partnerships. We only have one, which is I Trust Capital. So we are partnered with I Trust Capital, and we use their treasury, right? So that was the only company that we work with because it's like freaking amazing, which I'll show you guys. But I think that's amazing because I wish all the influencers would put it out like this. This is exactly my portfolio, guys. This is exactly what I do. So let me read this off to you guys, okay? So the top 4 cryptos that I'm accumulating right now, I consolidated 17 cryptos up into the top 4: XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, and Solana. Okay, I also have HBAR, VeChain, and XLM. Okay, the percentages are way lower. So the top concentration is up here, and then it goes down to like 1%. HBAR, XLM, VeChain. Sorry, VeChain. So the top 7. Those are only cryptos I have now. Only ones I'm accumulating is XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, and Solana. My stocks, my top two are ABTC and WLFI. Okay, and then I'm going to show you another tweet that explains this, okay? Because I want you to get into my brain on how this works. My defense, okay, you have to have defense. 99 point, and I know this for a fact, we've coached over 15,000 people, is 99% of you have zero defense, okay? My defense is cash value life insurance, silver, Bitcoin is my defense, okay? I'm never selling my Bitcoin. Okay, it's beat the markets over the last 10 years. Berkshire and copper. Copper I'm going to use as a trade. We started getting into copper as precious metals. We're starting to study rare earth minerals. It's something we're looking at inside of our academy. So copper is something I'm paying attention to right now as more of a trade. So if it goes parabolic, I'm going to pull profits out of copper into Bitcoin, and I'll exit 80% and I'll hold 20. My protection, I have a trust over my whole ecosystem. Okay, I have a Wyoming LLC that holds my legacy assets. I have some personal crypto, but most of my legacy never selling crypto is inside a Wyoming LLC, which is in institutional grade custody, and I trust. Okay, so I have the trust that owns the Wyoming LLC. The Wyoming LLC is in institutional grade custody inside of iTrust. So it's like Fort Knox. My taxes, we use, and mind you, I have a tax professional that does this. I'm just sharing with you personally what I do. So I've used 506Cs, invested in a farm in Florida, which gave me, I put money in, and I got a K1, which gave me money off my adjusted gross income. I use Augusta with my primary residence in regards to the companies that I run. I have my S Corp set up, which is my holding account that my 6 companies go into. I use cost segregation for real estate. We've done the short-term loophole with the big, better bill. And again, I work with a tax professional to do all of these things, okay? My cash flow, and I have active businesses. I have 6 companies, 3 are in profit, so I get active W-2 incomes, sorry, in regards to my role as CEO in 1, 2, 3 of the companies. And then the rest are still heading towards profit. We're negative equity right now. STRC, passive income. So that is basically, and I'll explain what STRC is in just a second. That is like a bond. Basically, it's Michael Saylor created a bond type product. He's challenging the bond market. And then I have other high risk dividends. And I'm not going to go over those because if you don't know how to de-risk out of them, don't even that's the only one I don't talk about because it's very, very small percentage of my portfolio. They're high risk, high return, and then they're synthetic option calls, and I de-risk into Bitcoin and XRP. So I've just destroyed my NAV erosion, right? There's been NAV erosion of I'm netting because I'm de-risking out into Bitcoin and XRP. So it's just a small percentage that generates a large amount of income, and I go into XRP and Bitcoin. So I have zero fucking emotion. I don't listen to bullshit or drama on social. I move stoic, calm in the macroeconomic changes. I sit with cash and stablecoins, waiting to strike when fear sets in. And I go in when it's red. That's all I do. I dollar cost average in when it's red on the way down. Okay. I don't put big chunks in, and I actually post it on X when I do it. Okay. Then when the market hype kicks in and everybody comes in, okay, I sell the same people that ran from fear that got fudded out, and I sell them my crypto. And then I go back into defense up here, and I wait to strike again, which would be protection or a defense right here. Okay. Then I leverage from my cash value life insurance, and we go back in with leverage. That's richest man in Babylon. I have zero personal debt. Yeah, my last thing, which will only be my daughter's car, and that's going to be paid off this week. So for me personally, I have zero debt. My daughter's car will be paid off this week. So I have zero, no credit card debt. All my vehicles are through my companies, and I run lean and mean. Okay. So this is not financial advice, just being super honest. I put hones, super honest on what I'm doing. I put hit the follow button here as well, because I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys on what I'm doing. Okay. So here's my thought process. So Bitcoin is a new digital gold. XRP to me is like the new SWIFT system. I just showed you guys the ecosystem, right? STRC, he's challenging the bond market. Basically, he created credit products that are basically challenging the bond market. It's a bond, right? So STRC, stable NAV, that's net asset value, and then you get about 9 to 11% return, which is insane, right? And if you don't believe in Bitcoin, you don't believe in Michael Saylor's Bitcoin strategy, you should not get into that. ABTC, the future new mining future model, which is new Bitcoin mining, which is American Bitcoin, which is owned by Eric Trump. WLFI, which is owned by the Trump boys and the Witkoff boys. That's the People's Bank. And so all of these, to me, say this is like a fuck you to the old system that made us debt slaves. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. And so that's my whole ecosystem. And it just feels good to be very transparent with you guys and share exactly what I'm doing. It took me a while to build the system. I had to go through a lot of failures, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. I've been in business since 2017. So I've been at this for a long time. So I've gained a lot of wisdom through this. I've failed multiple times through the process. I'm turning 50 and I'm like, there's no failing anymore. Like, we're done. Like, we are very strategic. We're very calm. We're very stoic. We love red. Love red because I'm very, 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 very convicted about the assets that I'm in. So convicted that I can consolidate it into the top 4. If you think about my portfolio, though, XRP has beat bear markets. Bitcoin's beat bear markets. Solana's beat bear markets. WLFI would be my most speculative investment. So if I took my Warren Buffett hat on and I did the Warren Buffett style within WFI, that would not make sense. I'm using logic on that one. So here's my logic, okay? Is the dads are writing the rules, Witkoff and Trump, and the boys are running the bank. In 2021, Eric Trump and his dad got completely debanked. And they were like, think about the stewing 2021, 2022, 2023. And then all of a sudden, BlackRock goes all, this is logic, BlackRock goes all in on Bitcoin. And then Trump comes back and runs as a Bitcoin when he said no to crypto. It's a dollar guy. But he said you're going to be on an even playing field monetarily before you know it in 2017. Comes back and runs as a crypto capital of the world, the Bitcoin president. And now the Trump family has built an absolute empire in crypto and is probably going to make more in crypto in 5 years than they made in their whole real estate empire. It's time to wake up, family. They are rewiring the system right under your feet. So I hope it helps that I'm being transparent. I'm being brutally honest. Like I said, I don't get paid by any of these crypto companies at all. The only partnership we have is I Trust Capital because we actually use them for our treasury. A ton of our warriors use them. My high value clients use them. They're great for institutional, great custody, great for crypto IRAs, self-directed. That's the only paid partnership we have because we love them, we use them, and we have a beautiful relationship with them. They're absolutely amazing. So that's it, guys. I love you guys. If you need any support at all, I showed you my whole ecosystem, but if you want to be inside our ecosystem and learn from our education system, we do not invest people's money. We refuse to invest people's money. We don't do that type of stuff. We're like, if you see like videos of me pointing up like this, where exchanges, get off the exchanges, never send your crypto to anybody. That's a scam. Don't respond to anybody talking about your crypto or move your crypto to this wallet or you got to get off the exchanges. That's all scams. Okay, be very, very careful. Double, triple verify. Just don't send your crypto to anybody. Don't send your crypto to anybody. We have education platforms. So in my bio, you can click the link. You'll see Capital DR. You can interview with my team to see what programs fit you, or down below in the description of this video as well. And if you are interested in family banking concepts, I do own my own insurance brokerage that we specialize, small brokerage, boutique. We specialize in helping people take a deep breath and understand how we use cash value life insurance for family banking concepts. We use them as banks. Okay, so we're very specialized in that. I have a team of 9 agents that are specialized, all trained by me, that are specialized in the family banking concept. And that's down below in the description of this video or in my social media platforms. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Next week, I want to share with you guys, I have a couple videos before then, but my content will look a little different over the next week. I'm going to be going on a spiritual journey. I'm going to head out for about a week and just sit in a garden in Peru. So it is going to be more educational content, less the news type stuff. Just time to step back for a bit and sit with God and relax and decompress. Love you guys. Warriors, let's get your shit together. God bless you.